I'm here today on site at Montville's own distillery, Stillmaker Sons, with Mike and Sandy Martin. I'm sitting here beside one half of the dynamic duo that make this Queensland born and bred whiskey. And I'm very excited because most of you guys know there really aren't virtually any distilleries here in my hometown. So I've made the trip today to spend some time with Mike and Sandy, learn a bit about their story, why they make the whiskey they make, and of course, we're going to sample some of their yet to be released whiskey directly from the barrels behind us. And I'm super excited because not many people have tried this yet. So we want to share that moment with you guys, and we're going to talk a little bit and learn some about this wonderful distillery. I'm eager to know too, Mike. We're sitting here, I can smell the whiskey in the air, I can smell the oak, already picking up the scent off these glasses sitting in front of us. Tell me about the barrels that we're going to taste whiskey from today. These are some of your very first laid down?
Yes, they are. Actually, the one you're about to taste now is in that first month, yes. You know, it'll be 6 years old, this whiskey, in September.
In terms of Australian whiskey, 6 years is like 15 years just about in a Scotch, right?
That's right. Yes, it is.
So we're talking, a lot of distilleries in Australia, two years in a day, 3 years, they're putting product out. But you didn't want to take that path.
No, I didn't. No.
What was behind sitting on the whiskey a bit longer?
I think the longer it can mature there, hopefully we can get a better profile at the end of the day, I suppose. And if we can do that, we're hopefully going to establish our objective is to make a really good whiskey, something that we can all be proud of as Australians and enjoy, obviously.
Yeah, you happy for us to have a nose of the whiskey?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah,
go for
beautiful.
it. Yep.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's so rich. We just measured the ABV on this, and this is straight out of the barrel with just a little touch over 63% ABV, and it is not hot at all. This is not underdone by any stretch, mate. Or a little sample of the new make spirit here, and I can absolutely still detect the spirit character on this.
Yep.
It's not hidden by the barrels. I don't know if that's great management by you guys or just, it has to play a part. It has to play a part. These, I think you said, were these sherry barrels?
Yes.
Like 10 years of sherry?
A minimum of 10. Some could have 15, 20 years in them, but a guaranteed minimum of 10 years, yes.
Yeah. So we're talking, this is not a seasoned sherry barrel. This is a sherry barrel.
This is a real sherry barrel that actually had sherry in it for all that time.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful. And obviously, you've seen the legs on it. They sit there for ages. It's very oily.
I don't know about you, mate. I know this is your own whiskey, and I'm eager to try it probably as much as you are. So.
Yeah, we'll go for it.
Cheers, my friend.
Mate. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Oh, that's got some punch to it.
It's got some punch to it.
Wow. Decadent and rich. Even as a sherry, I think you said it was dry sherry, it's not super drying at all.
No, it's not. Probably 2 years into the maturation, we noticed it was fairly dry on the sides of your tongue. And it was quite significant. And that's basically gone now just through the maturation.
I'm eager too to talk to you about the water a little bit, learning that what you guys do here with the quality of water and the water off your own property is very different to people doing reverse osmosis on town water. I've drank the water that you have here and you can taste the difference. So I think it's important to talk to starting with the quality of water that you guys use.
The quality of water it's exceptional. It's great water. It's an alkaline water, somewhere around the 7.9, 8.2. It's very soft, just a nice mouthfeel. And that actually comes across in our new make and also our whiskey, especially in our new make. We picked it up, really a fluke that we came across the water when we bought the property. And, we don't strip the water at all. Everything's natural about it. The only thing, it goes through a sediment filter and a UV filter because you have to by law, but doesn't get touched. It goes directly from the source, which is in a perched aquifer, straight to our taps here in the distillery. So it's untouched by human hands.
Yeah, wonderful.
So it's pretty good.
And then enjoy it on human tongues.
Exactly.
When we were talking earlier about the length of maturation, that you've taken much longer, that's a conscious decision because a lot of people just got to get it out. It's hard to sort of sit on whiskey for a long time, especially as a business, you know, and getting cash flow.
Yeah.
Tell me about why that was so important, because you could have done like anybody else, mate. The fact that we're sitting here now and it's not released, you can't get it yet.
No.
So what has been the real driver behind wanting to...
The real driver is, I hate using the word, but trying to get something perfect. Here, it wasn't a monetary thing. It was like, no, we're not going to release it after 2 years or 3 years or 4 years. Here we are, we're now, it's going to be 6 years old this year, and it's like, we just got to get it right. And I want to do the whiskey proud. I want to do my normal proud. And so it's our generation now, and I have a lot of support from, you know, all my cousins and that going, this is great, you know, and when they talk about it, they're always referring to my grandfather, to normal, you know. Yeah. And he's a focal point. So, and it's great. So at the end of the day, it was about trying to get it as good as it can. And we're a handicap here because people look at us in Queensland and go, oh, what guys, what are you going to produce here in Queensland? You know, what are you talking about? Whiskey? Yeah. Well, it just happens to be that Montville seems to be an area where whiskey can mature extremely slowly. That's a fantastic thing. So these hundreds and these 220s and the 300s we've got here, it's like, wow, what are they going to be like in 5 or 10 years' time? So we're quietly excited. Yeah. We've always been about, it's got to be quality, it's got to be good, you know. It's just, it has to be that way. There's no other way of thinking about it. It's like doing something half-hearted. Do you do it to your full potential and just see what happens? Or do you just go, oh yeah, it's good enough? And we've never been one of these people that's gone, oh, it's just good enough. It's got to be better than that.
Obviously, I want to give you guys a bit of an understanding about what I'm experiencing today with Mike and Sandy, because this is coming soon. So I want people to know that there's great whiskey being made in Queensland and that, you know, you'll be able to get your hands on it soon. So all the different whiskeys that I've experienced, this presents as a little more well-rounded and integrated. So I'm getting more of the distillate and the cask influence without it just being what I would consider shock value, right? Let's go big, let's go bold, let's put a high ABV on it. Sometimes that gets confused with value or quality. So this is impressive to me because we're already getting aromas of whiskey that's got like an equivalent of like a 10 or 12-year-old Scotch. The area up here is very different. Like a lot of people probably wouldn't consider Queensland as a place to mature whiskey because we're known as a subtropical climate. But up here in Montville, we're talking maybe an hour and 40 minutes from Brisbane. Lots of rainfall. We're 400 meters above sea level. There's lots of pristine water, national parks, heritage listed places. This is untouched country and the place to make whiskey in Queensland. So I'm hoping that I can convince Mike and Sandy very soon to put this in a bottle so that not only us here are enjoying it, but other Queenslanders and other Australians can see what great whiskey comes out of Queensland as well. Oh, look at the colour.
Yeah.
Thank you, mate. I'm starting to think you've been strategic with what you've presented to me, mate, because you just stepped it up again from the first glass.
You reckon?
Yeah. Unbelievable. I'd love for people to taste what I'm experiencing with you today because I don't know if it's just the fact we're in this wonderful environment tasting it together, but it's like I'm experiencing part of your story, you know, your traditions, you know, your family values. And I think that's important in a country like Australia that our whiskey industry is barely 30 years old, if that. So to draw back on what matters to you and your family and Sandy's family to create something that puts tradition in a young industry and shows that connection, I think is important.
I think it is too. I really do. I think it's important to have some sort of legacy of how you began and what you're trying to achieve at the end of the day. And you're sort of bringing some of your experience, your old world experience from my grandfather, from my dad, from myself, you know.
All right, so we're sitting now in the barrel house of Stillmaker Sons, and we have a second expression in my glass now, which is a combination of Apera and port. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Yep. So we're almost 6 years of age. The beautiful thing about the climate here, these whiskies are going into the barrel at 63% and they're coming out at 63%. So they're like right up there, right? We're not losing a lot of alcohol content. We've watered this down to about 55% at the moment. So I just want to sort of talk to you guys a little about what I'm experiencing. Almost imagine the equivalent of like a Speyside whiskey, very decadent, very rich, super aromatic on the nose. You're getting tons of toffees. It's almost like cherry ripe because I get a combination of like a cherry kind of macerated nose. Then I'm getting combos of the coconut and hints of chocolate, which make me think of that. If you gave me this and I wasn't here, you could absolutely convince me that this is a Scotch. And the beautiful thing about that is it isn't a Scotch. It's an Australian whiskey, and it's a whiskey from Queensland where I live. So I'm just spellbound by the fact that we are producing whiskey like this, and more people need to know that this actually exists in our backyard.
Whatever you do in life, you'll succeed because you like doing that particular thing. If you like it at 47%, you make sure you sell it at 40% because that's what you believe in, and you can get people over the line with what you like and the enthusiasm and your love for it. Here we are in this little place called Montville. We're under the radar. We don't tell too many people, and we're making this. I think we're making a pretty good product. So
that's almost the character of Montville, right? Like it's like a secret, right? It's a best kept secret. It still feels like it's a hidden place.
Yeah.
So this is Sandy's favorite.
This one here is This is a cream sherry. Thanks, mate.
Too easy.
There, you take it there. I'll swap you. Thank you.
This one's very subtle compared to the last one.
Yep. Okay.
That's a sleeper. I think water's going to wake it up. I think it needs some water. What was it, 65?
65, yeah. I haven't got to have a little taste.
That's the first one that I'm only just getting a little bit of alcohol burn on, which is phenomenal to be like that's that well integrated, right? This is definitely more in line with the first one we tried. Yeah.
Yep.
It's almost like a middle ground between them. This one out of the three is one I'd want to sit with for a little while and be like, okay, what do you want to tell me? Lots of similarity. I think you guys have done a good job of carrying a profile. All three of these still taste like Stillmaker whiskey, Stillmaker Sons. You know, that's.
I think that has a lot to do with our gradings of our barrel, how we toasted them and how we charred them. That's a bit of a secret what we've done there, but we've kept every barrel the same. And if you're happy with it, don't try reinventing the wheel again.
This one has a more mature character. It really reminds me of Glendronach. If you're sitting with something that has mahogany, leather notes, a little hint of tobacco, a distinguished character.
This one, 100%.
More so. The other two, I like them all for different reasons, but I can still tell the character across all three. I can still identify it.
It's funny you say it. When you said that to me about the cigar and the leather, that's what I get too.
Yeah. That's why I like. I can't believe this is barely 6 years old, mate. I got to tell you about this one. So this is the third expression that we're trying this evening. Again, almost 6-year maturation in 100-liter cream sherry barrels. This needs time to really allow it to tell me what it's trying to tell me. I'm sitting here, we've had this in the glass, started at about 65%. Like this came out very, very powerful. We've watered it down to about 52%, and 10 minutes just talking with Mike and Sandy, and it just keeps getting better and better. There's something about the restrained character. It has a distinguished nature that makes me want to take time and understand it. And that's absurd to think that a whiskey that's almost 6 years old, or barely 6 years old, it has the profile of an 18-year-old Scotch. It's unbelievable.
And you're going, you know what? We're not going to release it in 2 years. We're going to keep at it, and hopefully all the elements, the air pressure, the humidity, the temperature, the winds come off the Coral Sea, where we are, the elevation, hopefully all these things are going to work in our favour, and I think they have.
I like the idea of Australians giving their sort of take on whiskey.
Yes.
To me, terroir is a big thing. I know it's argued, but absolutely, like tasting your whiskey, knowing your water source, there's a difference.
Yeah.
You know, you eat an apple from a different country in the world, it tastes different depending on the soil.
Yep.
So surely the barley grown here has a different flavor, a different yield.
Yep.
It has to.
Yeah.
So I think Australians, making us proud who make whiskey, making it with Australian flavor and Australian technique and what ultimately becomes Australian tradition is the way forward. And I think you're obviously playing a big part in that.
Well, I hope so. I hope at the end of the day, when our whiskey gets released, people will remember us and go, that's a great drop and we really love it.
Yeah.
That to me is the gold star.
Yeah. It's never what's on the bottle, it's what's in the bottle.
Yeah, that's a nice way.
You know, like
that's beautiful.
You know, like you can put all the accolades in the world on it.
Yeah.
But whiskey lovers know if it's good or not. They know.
Yeah.
There's no hiding about that. You can't mask a terrible whiskey.
No.
You know?
All right. Let's have a look.
And this is just port.
This is just port. Yep.
Thanks, mate. That's got some character already. Yeah, so this is the podcast. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Oh, that to me is spot on.
All these casks are first fill for you, right?
All first fill.
The port influence on it is actually kind of mild, hey?
It
Like
is.
it's not as pronounced.
No,
it's not in your face. There's still plenty of oak on this as well. Just
And the reason for that is it's a heavy char.
it's good. It's kind of like it's a little hint of the port. You're like, oh, there's something here. What is it?
You know, the whiskey's got to be a combination of everything. It just can't be, it's all a big port bomb or a big sherry bomb. And I quite like that it's subtle.
You can see this starting to open up after 5 minutes or so.
Yep. This is right. This
More
one here
and
I've
more's
got.
coming, hey?
Yeah, because I've got a bit more water in mine. It's just lovely.
I'm getting heaps of like juicy fruit is starting to come out of it now. Yeah.
Christmas cake, Christmas pudding, that sort of profile. It's just like all over it. A bit of burnt orange in there. It's lovely.
Sometimes the citrus note on Aussie whiskey is really intense, and it's here, but there's a right ratio of all these different things. Your balance is good, hey?
Yeah, the balance is good. One of the things I learned earlier on is that balance between the spirit and the oak, so important. And I've seen that develop, and that's happened over, nearly 6 years. And I've gone, well, I'm glad I waited that long to get that.
Yeah.
Because I would never have got that if I would have sold it or put it on the market 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
I've allowed it that extra time, and here we are. I think they're just about there now. We're actually doing the whiskey a disservice by taking it out too early. Hopefully I've been proven right to just keep it there in the barrel to let it do its own thing a bit longer. Yeah.
Like I'm getting the mid palate on this is wonderful. It's sitting right in the center, and I'm getting that burnt orange. You said it's a combo of a little bit sweet and a little bit of tang to it, a saltiness. Yes. It's really nice because it's right in the middle. This one now we're on to, is it the fourth one I think we're on?
Yeah, fourth one, yes.
Yeah, so again, almost 6 years, 65% out of the cask, entirely port cask maturation, not a finish. And it's sitting really well on the mid palate. It's like the burnt orange, and it's different. It's not what I would expect from a normal port maturation. If you're thinking cocoa nibs or coffee notes or mocha, rose water, it's not those things. It's more into the orange sweetness from the citrus, but you're still getting the right amount of oak spice to it. It's still got tang that gives contrast. 5 minutes in and it's opening up more and more, and it's starting to reveal different aromas. Feels like a whiskey that's giving me more breadth in my palate because I haven't experienced something like this. Still the same character across all the whiskies that we're trying today. It has that familiar profile. There's still that underlying banana bread. The fruit is there. There's still this richness, but it's not as decadent as some of the earlier whiskies that we've tried. So I still get some of the chocolate, that port influence, but it's really well done in that it's not overbearing. You're getting the port influence, but you have to know what port brings to a whiskey so you can find it. And the combination of burnt orange and the chocolate is kind of like Jaffas, which is cool, right? As an Aussie kid, Jaffa is a candy that we eat here. I don't know if it's anywhere else in the world, but you've got a whiskey that has those familiar Australian flavors, which is very cool. I don't know if that was intentional, Mike, but that's off my head. Yeah.
Chalk orange, yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the port rum.
Port rum.
This is the barrels that have had the ruby port in them for over 40 years.
Distillers rum. This is the one that won the best in the world rum.
These
Wow.
are the barrels. So there was only ever 150 released,
Yeah.
and we got 50 of them.
Oh,
This
get
is
out of here.
completely different. I know.
The smell right from the jump, hey?
Yeah. So let's see.
Oh. Oh, it drinks well. Oh my God. The rum influence, the sweetness on the back of that. Yeah, you can't miss it.
You can't miss it now.
That's 62%. That's manageable.
Yes.
That's unbelievable. Still the same Stillmaker and Son profile, the same balance with the port, but it just gives it something else.
And that's what I like about the climate up here. There's something here where we are in Montville that is slowing the whole process down.
Well, you can be proud of this, mate.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
I have zero affiliation with this distillery at all.
We don't know each other. This is the
No,
first
no,
time
this is the first time we've met. But I'm proud. Thank God someone in Queensland is making whiskey properly. Australia is a big country. If you haven't ever been here, there is lots of space for different regions to make whiskey in their way that represents that place. And this is a great step forward for Queensland and Australian whiskey to see what we can do to put Queensland on the map and show some unique flavors and profiles that reflect our way of life. So this one is something else. We're talking a barrel that's had port for more than 40 years, and then the rum is the master distiller rum.
Range, yes, from Bundaberg.
Yeah, from Bundaberg rum. So it's another nod to Queensland, right? You're an Aussie and you know Anzac biscuits. Think Anzac biscuit in a glass with the charcoal flavor without the charcoal smoke or ash. Treacle, molasses, golden syrup note, this syrupy sweetness, and just malt profile. It's absolutely lovely. Of all the stuff you've showed me today, mate, this is a Queensland whiskey.
It is a Queensland
That's
whiskey.
a Queensland
I'm
whiskey.
very proud of that.
Yeah.
And that's why I left it for last.
Ah.
I'm pretty excited about that. You know, half of our distillery is port rum. It was a good choice we made, and I think it's going to really showcase itself over the years. As far as I'm concerned, that we can make just as good whiskey here than in any other part of Australia. And a lot of elements here allows a slow maturation here, and I think that's a great thing. It's all looking positive for Queensland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like what you said. You know, whiskey isn't a fast product.
No,
It should never be rushed.
no. We have a process we follow. We do it with a lot of love. We do it with a lot of care and attention. There's all those things in it. We really believe that that's how you should do something. You got to like what you do first.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing in the world.
Yeah.
That doesn't require intelligence. It requires you to have a good attitude about what you're doing. The attitude is in everything. Whiskey's the same thing. And that's what we've done.
Yeah, you've done a great job.
In a nutshell, that's what we've done. And we're no experts. We don't claim to be, but I think that we've still done a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I believe in anyway.
I'm thankful that you know you took that mentality and made whiskey, mate. Because I'm very appreciative to sit here with you.
No, that's good.
And enjoy the stuff, and I can absolutely taste your passion in what you do, mate. So
No, thanks, Wade. And I'm really proud that you came out here and you saw what we did and you like what we did. And I think that's, to me, that means everything. It really does. And so I appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks, mate. Thanks, mate. I really do. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for spending the day. It's been really great.
Beyond the whiskey, it's just wonderful to connect with you and see it.
No, thanks. Appreciate that, mate.
Yeah.
Very much. And April too. She's done an awesome job. I love her attitude.
She's like, hurry. She makes it possible. Hey?
Yeah, she does. What do they say, Sandy? What's the old saying? Behind every great bloke, there's even a greater woman.
Yeah.
There really is. There really is.